Hello, hello, hello. This is Mustardketchupmayo 1000, and we're back with another installment of UFC fight prediction picks. This week it's Manel Kape versus Kyoji Horiguchi. We have this week going we start off with last week first. The UFC White House. One thing, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I think they were kind of I did okay. 4 out of 7, not the greatest, but I'll take it. Topuria losing was really good, in my opinion. I'm glad that happened. Makes it so much more interesting at lightweight. Everybody did want to see Islam versus Topuria. We kind of already figured that how that was going to end. We already knew Topuria was going to get beat by Islam, if we're being completely honest. Pereira losing does suck, though, because that does kind of just make it gone and Aspinall too, which is not bad. But I think Pereira being somewhere in the top 5 would have been more interesting. I mean, regardless, we're going to get some decent fights now. But yeah. We'll start off with this week. It's Kape versus Kape versus Horiguchi 2. Let's start off with the first fight, the curtain jerker of this card, which is Shane Collins versus Otari Tanzilovi. I'm going with Tanzilovi decision. When I watched this fight originally. Or not when I watched this fight. When I first I'm picking Tanzilovi because when I originally saw him, it was on the Dana White Contender Series. He didn't look bad. He actually looked okay, but he's pretty one-dimensional. He's just like Marab, where it's just wrestling and pushing him up on the cage. But losing to Musasa, seeing how he is now in the UFC, isn't a good look. But at the same time, when you look at Shane Collins, I guess like not record, but like his opponents, they're not good. Unknown promotions, records not the greatest. So I'm taking Tanzilovi by decision. I think he's just gonna wrestle him to a decision. I don't think there's much else to say about that one. Shane Collins doesn't look that good in my opinion from what I've seen. Next fight, Caro Rosa versus Luana Santos. Taking Luana Santos by decision. She's good. Caro Rosa, not the greatest in my opinion. I think she's kind of overrated. Luana Santos is good. And I think Luana Santos does win it just because she's, I think, a lot better in my opinion. And I don't think she was fighting at bantamweight before. And yeah, she is going back up to bantamweight. I forgot that she's not a flyweight, so I think bantamweight's a lot better. She's not weight draining herself. She does look a lot better, so I think Luana Santos is going to win this one by decision, possibly even like a submission. But yeah, I think she's going to win this one comfortably. I don't really think this one's pick'ems in my opinion. Yeah. Next fight, Leon Shabazian versus Levin Chokheli. I don't know if Shabazian is the same as Edmund Shabazian. They're related. They don't look related, but you know, one might have like albinoism or something. But yeah, I'm taking Chokheli. He's a Bellator guy. Looked really good. Kind of hasn't been active as much since he lost in Bellator, but I think he's gonna do good. He's gonna get KO round 1. I don't think Shabazian looks the greatest. He does have reach. He does have range and height. He's tough enough. Is not like a sleeper promotion. They're pretty good. They have some decent people in there. I do think Chokheli still wins though. I think it's gonna be a Georgian sweep on this card. Just the 2 Georgians on this card. So yeah. Next fight, Michael Aswell Jr. versus Gaston Bolaños. Taking Michael Aswell Jr. He looked really good. He's not a slump at all by any means. His losses are against people who are decent. Bogdan Grad, pretty good, in my opinion. Bolagioki, decent-ish. And Luke Riley is really good, and he held his own on him against him. So I'm taking him to win by KO, actually. KO maybe like round 2. Bolaños, not the greatest. He might get cut after this one. We'll see. But Bolaños, it really does not have a chin. And I think Michael Aswell Jr. can capitalize off of that. Anyways, next fight. Mitch Raposo versus Alan Nascimento. I'm taking Alan Nascimento by submission round 3. Probably going to go into the decision for split decision because Mitch Raposo always somehow gets to a split decision. But yeah, I think he wins by submission round 3. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about this one. Mitch Raposo isn't that good. Or he is not as promising as we thought he was. Bia Mesquita versus Melissa Mullins. It's Mesquita, submission round 1. This one's super easy. Even KO round 1. This is definitely going to finish round 1. There's nothing to say about this one. Melissa Mullins is not that good. Next fight. Andre Lima versus Kevin Borjas. Andre Lima by decision. Borjas is not good. I think it could even be a KO, in my opinion. But Andre Lima seems to fight very decision-based. He doesn't tend to get very, he doesn't tend to get very, start striking crazy. But, he still gets in there. He still tries. I still think he wins by decision, though. Kevin Borjas, not the greatest either. Next fight, Vinicius Oliveira versus Andre Fili. This is going to be really easy. Vinicius Oliveira by KO round 1. Andre Fili doesn't have a chin. He realistically lost against Cub Swanson. So he's, in my opinion, he's 4-1 in the last 4. He won comfortably-ish against Christian Rodriguez. Not comfortable enough, but comfortable-ish. So yeah, I think Mario Batista is not a bad loss, especially at bantamweight. He was cutting so much weight. I think this is only fair for him. He's going to look a lot better at featherweight. So yeah, KO round 1 for Vinicius. Next fight, Melsik Bogdasarian versus Murtalazi Magomedov. Taking Magomedov by KO round 2. I thought he was good when he fought Zurcher. Or I didn't think he was going to be Zurcher on the Dana White Contender Series, but he ended up doing that. So that kind of just proves to me how good he is. I think he wins by KO round 2. Bogdasarian, not the greatest, but he's there. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna take for that one. Next fight, Christian Rodriguez versus Hyder Emil. Yeah, this is another easy one for Hyder Emil. Christian Rodriguez does not do good against people who are established. So Hyder Emil is to some degree a little bit established. He only has 2 losses, and they're not against terrible competition. Jose Delgado is good. Jamal Emmers, Jamal Emmers is very, very sus of a loss. I can only assume it was a bad cut, but I think he's going to come into this a lot better against Christian Rodriguez. So yeah, I'm taking Emil by decision. Next fight, Ian Cutelaba versus Navajo Sterling. Navajo Sterling by decision. Ian Cutelaba could beat him, and I honestly do see him possibly beating him, but Navajo Sterling is too technical, too slow for Ian Cutelaba, and can definitely control the fight. So I think that one happens. Manel Kape is the main event versus Kyoji Horiguchi 2. I think Kape wins by KO round 4. I think he's going to go into the later rounds. Kyoji definitely might take him down. Manel Kape does struggle on the ground, but I think he can hold on and struggle his way to at least the 4th round. They'll be tired. KO by then, maybe the 5th round. It's definitely going to be round 4 or 5 decision in my opinion. But it'll be interesting to see Kyoji win. It'll be interesting to see Manel Kape win. I think either fight would be amazing for Joshua Van. I wish to see Manel Kape fight Joshua Van more, so I'm going for keep Manel Kape in this one. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. Those are my picks. Nothing crazy. Yeah, thank you for watching. I just wanted to pump out this video real quick because it's kind of late. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.